Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a base model Frontier. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Ken Garth Nissan here in Orem for giving me some time with this Frontier. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood we have a 3.8 liter V6 that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 17 around town and then 21 on the highway with power outputs being 310 horsepower and then 281 pound-feet of torque. Now before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now taking a look at the hood, you guys can see how it's kind of raised there on either side. Now with the base model we are going to have baseline headlights, but you know, I think they still look pretty sharp. And then same thing with the trim here, but we also have the new nostrils, which is one of the ways to tell it's a 25 Frontier. But anyways, there's the front end. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 265 by 70 by 16 in the front and over in the rear. You can see the coloration on the wheels. You got the silver there, quite a bit of sidewall with the tires, by the way. And that's cool how the fenders pop out quite a bit. Got a little splash guard down below, like with the mirror caps and the door handles as well. And we'll take a few steps back so you guys can see the side profile. Something to note, the Frontier still utilizes leaf springs, which is a nice old school thing. Now the key fob on the base model is very simplistic. Lock and unlock, that is basically all there is to it. And then popping to the rear, I can't remember if this has the dampened, yeah it does. So even the base model, what the heck? Even the base model has the dampened tailgate, which is nice. Not really much else happening with the bed here, so that is something to note. Very easy to lift up, got the new Nissan logo there. You can see the cool taillights. It looks like we do have parking sensors there on the back, but that's the rest of the rear. And this of course leads us inside. So it's actually pretty nice. So you've got like soft touch here and down below. You usually don't see that with a kind of like work truck like this. And then here are the seats cloth. So that's pretty typical. Getting in is pretty easy. You gotta step up a little bit, but it's not too bad. Legroom back here is pretty good. Got some USB ports here as well. And then headroom back here is solid. And this leads us up front. So again, we've got the soft touch here, and then you can see the soft touch down below. All of our window controls, notice the driver one is automatic. Blind spot running with the mirrors. Payload on this one is, oh, pretty good, 1330. And here's the front seat. It is manually adjustable. And then we've got stuff like for the safety tech there, hill descent control, stability control, all of that. Steering wheel is manually adjustable. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see we've got nice trim all around. A bunch of practical controls here on the front, including adaptive cruise control, volume and voice command controls as well. Regular stocks here on the back. And then look at this, we still got a nice gauge cluster even though this is more of a baseline. So you can see a bunch of different bits of information, partially analog, partially digital. I really like the setup. Backup camera in reverse, pretty good resolution overall. And then the infotainment system is kind of funny. So the unit itself, as you can see, is just as big as the bigger screen, but everything's in the center here because the actual usable screen is much smaller than the upgraded Frontier. So it's kind of funny how they've done that. So it's like you still have screen, but also not because this is all just blank space. But anyways, some physical buttons down below. You got the Frontier logo there in the center. And then you can see here with the single zone climate, we also have our drive line select, 2-speed transfer case, auto stop start. See with the parking sensors and all that. And then shifter here for the 9-speed. Got some storage in front. Got these little grab handles, cup holders, more storage here. Pretty good. Like this. This is nice. Yeah, good in there. And we've got our rear view mirror, and then no sunroof with this model. Here's a quick look at the window sticker here. So 2025 Frontier S. Pretty much everything we went over is standard. There are a few options added to this. Total MSR, oh actually, anti-options, remove. $38,095 is the total MSRP in this. Anti-options. Let's drive it. let us set off here on the entry-level Frontier. It's cool. Let's still have entry-level trucks. Are the mirrors manually adjustable? Or am I just blind? I think they might be manually adjustable. Wow. Wow. Anyways, really cool truck. I love the Frontier. I was just talking to this gentleman here. He's got an older Tacoma, and the conversation we're having is how Nissan's kind of like the modern Toyota, or you know, the old Toyota used to be, right? Nissan's the new Toyota in a way, because it's building naturally aspirated, big displacement pickup trucks. I mean, the Titan, obviously 24 is the last model year for that, but these Frontiers, 3.8 liter V6. Everyone else has dinky turbo 4 cylinders in this segment now, but Nissan's still, I guess Jeep with the Gladiator, but the Gladiator's a different world. Anyways, Nissan still going strong. And the other cool thing is this truck's more affordable than a lot of the competition. Nissan has raised their prices for the 25 model year, so that is definitely something to consider. But you know, you compare it to a Tacoma, for example, and it's a bit more affordable. So smooth. Look at the 9-speed's just clicking off those gears. It's very, very pleasant to experience. And the suspension's strong too. It's pretty comfortable. And even though this is a more old school truck, it's great. And some people complain about the steering. Go to the gym. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not that heavy. It's a hydraulic rack, but it's not bad at all. If you struggle with a hydraulic rack, like I said, go to the gym, lift some weights. They're too soft. If you can't steer a Frontier, my goodness, how far have we fallen as a people? As I was saying, yeah, this is more old school, but I like it that way. It drives really well, and old school just means durable, reliable, easier to work on. Right? There's just so many benefits to old school versus the new school stuff. And look at this, I'm steering this with one arm. Okay, so the uncalloused people watching, uncalloused handed people watching this, if I can steer this with one arm, you can steer it with both of your dainty little hands, no problem whatsoever. I'm being a little bit harsh in today's video, but I just, it always makes me laugh when I see, you know, YouTube comments talking about how, oh, the steering's to this on this car, or oh, this is, it's like, come on, toughen up a little bit, toughen up, Buttercup, right? So overall, the Frontier, nice old school truck, and this base model package, I think it's pretty cool. I do like, I reviewed an SV today as well. I like the SV a little bit more. It is more money, but you get quite a few extra creature comforts. It looks a little bit nicer too on the exterior. Still obviously like the Pro 4X the most, but either way, I think the Frontier is I think it's a great pickup truck. And you know, again, I'm not in the market for a mid-size pickup truck, but if I was, I'd buy a Frontier over the other ones. Just, I don't trust the new Tacoma. I've seen so much with the engine, transmission blowing up. The Colorado Canyon siblings, they're nice trucks, but I just don't trust the turbo engines in those long term. They had carbon buildup problems with the Sierra and Silverado. And then, you know, the Ford Ranger is actually a pretty nice truck. I'm interested to see how the turbo V6 performs that. I still haven't had a chance to review one of those, but I just like the naturally aspirated engines, and I really wish Nissan would put this engine in this whole thing in a new Xterra. Like if I could get this in an SUV, I would have bought it yesterday. So let me know your thoughts.